Hi, welcome to today's session. This is Pon Meenakshi. Today we are going to discuss about factor analysis. Learning objectives, students should be able to familiarize with the factor analysis and its types to enable them to understand the applications of factor analysis. Why factor analysis? Factor analysis, it is meant for data reduction and summarization. It's denoting a class of procedure. It's primarily used for data reduction and summarization. It is a value-oriented technique. It is an appropriate technique for cases where the variable have high correlation. It is a powerful tool used in psychology, finance, and behavior science. It helps in determining the underlying factors that explain correlation among set of variables, determining underlying factors. So factor analysis, it is meant for data reduction and summarization. There are some terminology which is used frequently here. Factor means it is an underlying dimension of several related variable. You should understand the difference between variable and factor. If you are giving your two-wheeler or four-wheeler for service, the service quality is a factor. Your waiting time, cleanliness, friendly personnel, cost, everything is variable. The another example will take a food quality. If you order pizza, burger in a restaurant, fast food restaurant, the food quality is a factor. Food taste, temperature, freshness of food, friendly personnel, everything is variable. So service quality, food quality, or customer satisfaction, or employee satisfaction, all are factors. Related to other things are variables. So factor is a main concept we can take as a employee satisfaction or customer satisfaction or service quality, food quality as a factor. It is an underlying dimension of several related variables. Factor loading means simple correlation between the variable. Simple correlation. Factor score means it represents the degree to which each respondent get high score. Let me explain with one example. Employee satisfaction. If you are studying about employee satisfaction, there are many variables which impact the employee satisfaction. You can take a variable: welfare facility, incentive, promotion, salary, a relationship with boss, self-development, overall satisfaction. You can take 6, 7, 8 variable for a factor analysis. If you do factor analysis, you will get a score. That score is called factor loading. 0.3. Look at the table slide. 0.3, 0.4, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 0.7, 0.4. All are factor loading. Factor loading means simple correlation between variable and the factor. Welfare facility and employee satisfaction. Incentive and employee satisfaction. So it is a correlation value. Now look at the second table, factor score. The degree to which it gets high score, it is called factor score. Now self-development got 0.7 and the relationship with the superior is got 0.8. 0.7 and 0.8. This is called as factor score. Instead of studying 6, 7 variable, you can study only these two variable because these two variable got highest score. So it is meant for data reduction. It is meant for data summarization. I hope you understand by this table. You can take, instead of 6, 7, you can take nearly 10 variable and you can do a factor analysis. You will get factor loading. From the factor loading, you can take highest score for further study. So it is meant for data reduction. Now, how to proceed? The steps in factor analysis. The next slide, let us discuss about steps in factor analysis. Examine factor loading and the percentage of variance, and interpret and name factors. Now we decide, instead of 6, 7, we interpret, we got only 2 variable. Decide number of factors. Yes, we decide 2 variable which influence the main factor, employee satisfaction. Examine factor loading and percentage of variance. Interpret and name the factor. Decide number of factors. Now let's see the different types of factoring. Factoring, it has 5 main types: principal component analysis, canonical factor analysis, common factor, image factor, and alpha factoring. Principal component analysis, it otherwise called PCA, which is helpful to extract maximum variance. It seeks, I'll explain with a single line so that it is easy to recap the point. Principal component analysis, it extracting maximum variance from the variable. Canonical factor analysis, it seeks highest canonical correlation. Common factor analysis, it seeks least canonical correlation with the observed variable. Image factoring, it is helpful for predictive variable. For predicted variable, image factoring. Alpha factoring, alpha A, assuming variable A. Alpha factoring, it is for assuming variable. So principal component, it is for extracting maximum variance. Canonical factor analysis, 6 highest canonical correlation. Common factor analysis, 6 least canonical correlation. Image factoring, it is based on predicted variable. And alpha factoring, it is meant for assuming variable. There are some questions for discussion. In what way researcher can reduce data? How does factor analysis simplify research? Did you find any correlation value in factor analysis? If so, in which part of factor analysis? Try to answer this question. If any clarification, please comment me. Before end my session, a small recap. Factor analysis, it is meant for data reduction and summarization. You can use in marketing research or HR research. You can take factor and related variable. See, with the variable, you can find correlation and take the highest value is called factor score. The degree to which each respondent gets high score, it's called factor score. Finally, you can take only high score values. It is meant for data reduction. There are some terminology. Factor loading, it is a simple correlation between variable and the factor. Factor score, highest score. There are 3 steps in factor analysis, as I said earlier. Examine factor loading, interpret and name, and decide the number of factors. It can be used in many ways: advertising, pricing, product, and distribution. In advertising, for understanding media habits of various customers. Pricing, characteristics of price sensitive and prestige sensitive customers. For the product, to identify brand attribute that influence customer choice. For distribution, to better understand channel selection among distribution channel members. So it can be applicable in marketing as well as HR projects. On this note, I end my session. Thank you for watching.